So we're going to open up some baseball items tonight. I started to say cards, but it's not all cards. We're going to kick things off with an Onyx Preferred Players autographed baseball. That will be followed by a Hit Parade autographed baseball jersey. Then from there, we will go into part of a case from Onyx Platinum Elite. And then we're going to do a full case of Topps Chrome hobby boxes. And so we're going to be opening quite a bit of stuff tonight. It's going to keep us busy for a little while anyway. So first up is going to be the autographed baseball. Let's go ahead and take a look at who is in that break. This is one box of 2017 Onyx Preferred Players autographed baseball. This is break number 6, meaning it is the 6th time that we have broken that particular product. And of course our eBay end date, that was tonight, just a few minutes ago. Our live stream schedule, that's right now. And of course you'll see on there team names, and across from each of the team names are our winning bidder names. Anything you see that says no bids buyback, that's just an orphan team. Nobody gave it a forever home, so if something comes out for one of those no bid buyback teams, it will stay here with me. Otherwise, if it comes out for one of you guys, it's going to head out your way. Everything that we're opening tonight will most likely ship either Saturday or Monday. In all likelihood, some stuff will go out Saturday and the remainder of it will get out the door on Monday. That's generally what happens when we have a lot of things breaking, which I know this isn't a lot of items, but there are a lot of cards in Topps Chrome, so it's going to take a little while to get through all that. Here is our baseball, and I thought that was Alex Bregman, and it is Alex Bregman, so there's a nice little hit for the Astros. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I usually leave this on autofocus until we get done with the memorabilia, but it doesn't really seem to be cooperating tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and take it off there now, and that'll make things a little bit better for us. So nice hit for the Astros with the Alex Bregman signed baseball. Sweet little hit there for a couple bucks. That's a good return on your investment. There's our Onyx authenticated sticker, and somewhere on here, there's also a JSA authentication sticker on there, and we've got all kinds of cards in here, a JSA card, an Onyx card, another Onyx card. So you've got all kinds of memorabilia letting you know that Alex Bregman signature is authentic on your baseball. So congratulations on that. Astros, it's a nice hit. MK, are there any teams that weren't bought for Chrome? You know, that's an interesting question that you ask. eBay did not send me any end of auction notices for Chrome at all. So I had to go back through that and kind of try to pick out by hand each of the teams. There were 2 teams that I did not find in the list of sold stuff, but that is not to say for sure that they aren't there, but I didn't get a notice one way or the other. You know, normally you'll either get one saying it didn't sell or you'll get one saying who the bidder is, but eBay didn't send any for that entire break for Chrome. So I think there are 2 that are unsold, but yeah, I don't know for certain. I'll have to dig into it a little bit deeper later and didn't have time tonight, before the break anyway. Next up is one box of 2017 Hit Parade autographed baseball jersey. This is a Series 13 jersey, and this is the 6th time that we have broken a 2017 Hit Parade autographed baseball jersey. Same format that we had before. Again, anything that says no bids buyback would hang out with me if anything came out for one of those teams. Otherwise, it goes out to whoever has the team that we pull out of this. We had been opening Gold Rush for a while, and they sold out of the Gold Rush, of course, and I don't have any more of those on hand, so that leaves us with Hit Parade for the baseball jerseys, although we do still get some nice hits out of here too. Although this looks like a hockey jersey, and I mean, I see hockey sticks on it. You guys clearly, let me just, can you see that where it says, yes, see? It says baseball jersey, Series 13, and yet what I seem to be seeing in here, maybe it's just, okay, that's not hockey sticks then. That's just, I guess, who authenticated it. I was a little worried there for a minute that they sent us some kind of a hockey jersey, although, who is this? All right, so Brett Lowry. And guys, I'm going to have to look that one up, so bear with me for a second. I don't know where that goes. I guess I probably should know, but I don't know. So I am looking it up. Hang tight for a minute. And according to this, it looks like he's played for several different teams, if I am reading that correctly. So bear with me. I'm going to buzz over to Major League Baseball here and see if he's what is going on here with this guy at the moment. Okay, so it doesn't look like he's playing for anybody right now. Is that right? In 2016 CWS. I don't even know who the heck who is CWS? And then we have an Oakland in 2015, and then it looks like Toronto in 11, 12, 13, 14. So this is an interesting one. Well, there's the signature anyway, and here, of course, is the jersey. Let's just see who's on the jersey, and if that says, then it'll go to... All right, excellent. I should have just done that to begin with. It says right there on the Blue Jays. Why didn't I just open that up to begin with? Because I'm not thinking ahead. So there we go. You got a nice officially licensed MLB Blue Jays jersey. So a lot of times these are custom, but that one is not. And that also solves our problem in that it says Blue Jays. So now we know for sure that's where that goes. So the jersey hit for the Jays. And look for that little COA that I showed you there will be wrapped up in the folds of the jersey when it ships out. So just, you know, be sure and keep an eye out for that when you open it up in case it were to drop out or something. You don't want to lose it. Next up is going to be 5 boxes of 2017 Onyx Platinum Elite Baseball. That's a quarter case break. And it will be the first time we've broken it. I just got it, I don't know, last week I guess it was. So we have, I did list this one, of course, by player name. You guys can see that. We had a lot of unsold players in there. And then we do have the possibility of a case hit, which, according to all the literature, would be from one of the major manufacturers. And it could be a redemption. It could be live in the product. But it would not be any of those players that you saw listed. It would be a different player than one of those guys. So since we have a case hit and it was a separate bidding category, then I'm going to take all of the boxes out of here and we're going to number them and then let random decide which ones we open. Oh, I see now you guys said in chat, Jays. Yes, thank you guys. I was actually, I couldn't see chat. I was off in MLB.com looking that up. And of course, when I'm in another program, I can't see chat. So I just now saw the chat. But of course, we know if I had just thought to open up the jersey, it would have answered it. I'm so used to them being custom that I didn't even think about opening it up right away, which was silly on my part. Just what we get used to, I guess. Well, that's a 10, but it doesn't really look like it, but it is. And of course, we're just going to type all of these boxes in there. And then the first 5 that come up in random will be the 5 that we open tonight. And that just keeps it all very fair and transparent, and there's no question about how we decide what we're going to open. Well, I just messed that up, didn't I? Let's try this again. We don't usually have 20 box cases, but we do tonight. And I got to get myself back on the right page here. All right, this gives us box 4, 11, 9, 6, and 17. And before I switch off of that, I'm going to circle some of these, so bear with me a second. I know you're still looking at that, but I'm going to make a mark on here so I know which is which. 4, 11, 9, 6, and 17. All right, 9, 6, there we go. And that way, I know without having to keep random up, now that I put my little marks on them, I know which ones we're supposed to have. There's the second, third one, the fourth one, and over there is the fifth and final one. So let me get these put back in their case, and we will buzz into this. And after we get done with the Platinum Elite, which there are not very many cards in each of those boxes, so it's going to be a fairly quick break. And after we finish that, we will be jumping right into our case of Chrome. And it is a full case tonight. It's a hobby box case. We'll be opening a full case of Jumbos starting, I think Sunday is the first one of those. And we'll have a few more jumbo cases to open. And of course we also have Clearly Authentic that comes out tomorrow. We'll start breaking that on Thursday. And then we have oh, what am I trying to spit out? I keep wanting to say Impeccable, but that is not correct. Immaculate. We have Immaculate Baseball that comes out Wednesday too. We'll start opening that on Thursday as well. And I did have somebody send me a couple of messages. Actually, 2 people sent me a message tonight. One person asked me if the Rangers are not in Clearly Authentic, and somebody else asked me if there were teams not represented in Clearly Authentic. Guys, I don't know the answer to that. I assumed that all the teams were represented because that is normally what happens with a Topps product. But the checklist is up on the Topps website. I have not obviously broken it down yet, but I will take a look at that further and see what there is to find out about it between now and Thursday. All right, so I guess we should have a couple of autographed cards in each of these boxes, and then, of course, we're going to have some base as well. So there's Mr. Bo Bichette, Tristan, Nicky Lopez, Maitan, Rincon. So here's our first signature card, Victor Robles is the first one out. And this is some random card for the Mariners. This can't possibly be any kind of a case hit. I don't even know what that's doing in there. A Randy Johnson Mariners card from Score. So, okay, I don't know what that's about. But we only have, why do we only have one signature? We were supposed to, I thought we had 2 signatures per box in there. Maybe, let me look at this again. All right, so here's what this says. Yeah, 2 on-card autographs per box. But yet we did not hit 2. We just hit 1, right? Inserted, yeah. We hit, there was only 1 in there. So where's our other one? Okay, well, we hit 1 in that. Let's see what we hit in these others. And this is, obviously, first time I've opened this as well. Oh, hi, D-Pick. These were all the auctions that ended tonight on eBay that are breaking right now. So here's Carlos Rincon. is our next hit out. And once again, we only have one. So I know you just saw the same thing I saw, that said on that literature that there were 2 on-card autographs per box. But we clearly are finding 1, even though that said, I mean, this says 2. 10 cards per box, 2 on-card autographs per box. And we also don't have 24 boxes per case. We only had 20 boxes in our case. We did not have 24. So that whole entire label from Onyx is pretty much wrong, because we're hitting 1 and it's a 20 box case. And I don't know. Oh, this one has 2. Well, so there you go. One of them has 2. Bo Bichette hits. And then Rincon hits again. Yeah, these are kind of interesting in that they are not following their own sales materials in terms of what we're finding versus what it says we should be finding. There's Nicky Lopez and another Carlos Rincon, so he is just tearing it up tonight. So I think Onyx has labeled their own product incorrectly and or inserted some of them incorrectly, but you know, they also made a mistake recently on a checklist we pulled up for an autographed baseball. They had a player who's only ever played for one team in his life, Corey Kluber, the Indians, and they had him playing for somebody else entirely on their checklist. It was kind of odd. This one you see is hand numbered 1 of 50 down here in the lower left on the DJ Wilson. And then there is Alvarez. And then a couple more base cards on that. So our hits, with 2 of our boxes not having but 1 signature in them. But we have Alvarez. And again, these all sold by player name. So these are not by team, but by player. DJ Wilson, the one that was hand numbered 1 of 50. Carlos Rincon, numbered 8 of 10, which I didn't even notice the first time through, sorry. Nicky Lopez, that one is not numbered. Another Rincon, that one is 10 of 25. A nice little Bo Bichette there, unnumbered. Another Rincon, not numbered. And then Robles here, also unnumbered. And then we have this weird little insert here for score for just I don't know what reason. So we'll send that out to whoever had case hit. We'll send you that Randy Johnson, because we definitely did not hit the case hit as they have described it, but I have no idea why we have that weird little other score card in there. So I will send it to the person that has case hit on that break. And this is our case of chrome we're going to bust into here in a moment. And I've got to get us back to the right thing, so we're looking, or rather since I'm looking at the right page here. And this is going to be 12 boxes, 2017 Topps Chrome Baseball. This is full case break number 5. Of course, you know, same format that you're accustomed to seeing with our end date tonight, our live stream schedule right here and now. As I mentioned earlier, the Marlins and the Twins, I do not believe those sold, but because eBay literally sent me no notices at all for this Chrome break, it's possible that they did and I just overlooked them in the sold category. So if you do have one of those teams, you know, no worries, you're going to get your cards. I just was trying to pick through the sold stuff by hand and find it, and I didn't find anything for those 2 teams. Yeah, MK, like I say, I don't know for sure if those teams sold or didn't sell. I mean, I don't think that they sold, because I think I would have seen them in eBay, either in pending payment or pending shipment, which I did not see those teams. But I'm a little nervous about reselling them in case they really did sell. And they just aren't showing up for some reason. eBay has been super weird lately about some stuff, and that tonight, though, that's the first time I've ever had an entire break not get a single shipping, not a single end of auction notice, not sold, unsold, anything else. It was really weird tonight. So guys, this is going to be the long haul. We're going to be doing this break for a while because we've got 12 boxes to open here. We're going to have 2 autograph hits per box. And of course, numbered parallels and other things going along in between. And we're going to kind of, we'll buzz through the base on this. We're not going to spend much time on the base because there is so much to open. Obviously, anything that looks interesting we'll take a little bit more time with, but just the basic stuff we're going to kind of roll on down the road. There are some inserts in here which will all be refractors. So Then and Now is one series. There's another insert set I think that's all refractor. So you'll see some refractors go through that I'm not going to call out because every insert refracts. But as far as the individual cards, there are definitely refractors for the individual cards, and I'll point out kind of what the pattern looks like as we go through so that you'll recognize it when you see it. There are a lot of them, so unless someone specifically wants me to call out each time, I probably won't because it kind of gets monotonous. But if someone does want me to, just jump in chat and tell me and I will. Otherwise, I'll show you the pattern when we hit the first one, and then you'll kind of know. Actually, there's one right there. And then you'll know what they look like. You can see how it kind of has the streaks of white in it, which is the non-refracting area, and then the rest of it with the rainbow colors. So whenever we see a card like that, with some of those white streaks in it, you'll know that it's a refractor. So this is the last case of chrome in the hobby boxes. And then we're switching to the jumbo, and of course the jumbo have more cards in them, but they also have a lot more autographs per box. So once we move into the jumbo cases, which we'll start breaking on Sunday, I'm pretty sure that it is 5 autographs per box in the jumbo. Double check, because I always have the product information at the bottom of every listing. You just have to scroll all the way down and it will show you, it's basically all the sales information about it. So it will tell you in there exactly how many we have in each box, but I want to say it's 5 autographs per box in the jumbo. So again, anything with our kind of white streaks like that, and then also has a rainbow of colors, you'll know is a refractor. Outside of that, this throwback series here, pretty much all of those refract. And then, of course, the Then and Now. This is one of the negative parallels. We'll have several of those. And as you can see already, I mean, there's a lot of refractors that go through here, which is why I don't call them all out unless someone just wants me to. Future Stars is another one that generally those are refractors. Kyle Hendricks for the Cubs, that is an X-fractor. Those are not numbered, but they do have that kind of little honeycomb sort of pattern in them. We will see quite a few of those as we go through as well. Freshman Flash, this insert set will all refract as well. So there's lots of, excuse me, lots of inserts and nice looking cards in here. First hit, Lewis Brinson, first out and on the redemption. Nice little Gurriel. I think that might be the first Lewis Brinson I've pulled out of here too, actually. A little Kyle Seager for the Mariners. That one numbered to 75. It's 23 of 75. If I can get it at the right angle, you should be able to see the numbering on it. I am kind of just trying to set our refractors and numbered cards aside in case anybody wants to review them later. This is one of the then and now inserts I was referring to earlier. All of those will refract as well. They're not numbered though. Nice little Benintendi. Our second hit for the Dodgers, and it is Rob Sedgedin. If anybody jumped in late, I don't know if I said this. I think I started to say it and then I got distracted by our autograph. Shipping on all of the things that we're breaking tonight, I expect to be either Saturday or Monday. Most likely a portion of them will go on Saturday and the remainder will go on Monday. That's what I anticipate will happen. Maybe I will get ahead of the game and be able to get them all out on Saturday, but just kind of plan on somewhere in Saturday to Monday kind of range. As we finish each box, I'm going to take all of the base cards and set them off to the right. I have a sorting mat over there, and that way it just keeps them kind of out of our way. So I don't have to worry about the stacks getting too high or falling over or anything. So if you want to see something in a box that's, you know, a current box, you want to look at something again, or you think I blew past something, you know, because I miss things too sometimes, jump into chat and let me know, because while it's still in this area, it'll be easy to find. Once we move it over to the right in that sorting area, it'll be a lot harder to find. You hear my little kitty down there making his presence known. Probably means he's getting ready to pounce on his sister. And there is a little bit of a delay in chat. You probably all know this by now, but if you type it in, you may be able to see it on your side, but I don't think it pops up on my side for a couple of minutes, actually. There's been lots of times that I sign off of a break, you know, for the night and cut the feed, and then maybe 30 seconds or 45 seconds after I've cut the feed, something will pop up in chat. But of course, you know, obviously was typed in before that, just didn't show up. All right, this is box number 2 that we're starting in right now. 2 of 12. So as I say, we're going to be here a little while tonight. The Herrera is to 299. My screen's trying to go to sleep over there. It goes into that power save mode if you don't reach over there and tap it ever so often. Moncada. This is our, this is a case hit with the Carlos Correa Rookie of the Year. At least I think that one is a case hit. I'm pretty sure that's a case hit. And our first signature is Eddie Gamboa for the Tampa Bay Rays. We'll take a look at the back of it. It's not numbered, but still, always good to look at the back. Sometimes when these guys sign them, they stack them on top of one another while the ink is still wet, and then you end up with ink on the back of a card. Matt Holliday negative insert. You know what I just realized? I don't think Humphrey Bogarden's on here tonight. He's one of the ones who wanted to do a full case break of Chrome, but I don't think he's in here tonight. Or maybe he's around and just not chatting. That's always possible too. Hi, Just Let. How are you? Do you have the Rays tonight? You said woo. There's a nice little hit for the Giants with the Christian Arroyo. And it is a refractor as well. And it's numbered to 499. All right, that is box 2 finished up. And you have the Rangers too. Okay, so you've got the Rays and the Rangers tonight. All right, well you've got, we're just getting started and you've already hit for one of your teams, so that's a good sign. We still have all these others to go. You might be on to something good tonight, man. Maybe the mojo's going to flow your way. I always like for my teams to hit early when I'm in a break. You know, I always think it's like a good sign that there's going to be more of them to follow. I know that's not always how it works, but that's what I tell myself anyway. Yeah, I guess I'm kind of doing like the LeVar Ball thing, right? Where you speak it into existence. If you say it enough, it becomes true. All of the hits will be mine. Yeah, like that. I haven't had a chance to buy into any breaks though lately. I've got to schedule myself off a night or two from doing breaks so that I can buy into some breaks, because even though I get to open stuff every night, which I love, I still like to buy into them also and watch some. So I'll probably do that sometime soon. Schedule off a night or two here and there and spend some money buying into other people's breaks. Oh, good grief. My cat's like, I heard this tremendous noise. My cat is back behind me causing a commotion back there. It kind of startled me. I didn't know what that was. Man. Well, MK, yeah, there are definitely some people that that I break with. You know, I mean, there's a lot of different people that I have broken with, but there are 2 or 3 that I break with probably more so than others. If you send me a message, shoot me a message over on eBay and remind me, I will get you the eBay username and shoot it over to you for a couple people. And it depends on what you're looking for too, though, because different people do different things. I mean, you know, some people don't do all the sports. Some people do, oh, there's Cody. Some people will do all of the sports but don't do cases, or, you know, they only do like boxes that have a few cards in them. So it really kind of depends on a couple of things: what sport you're looking for and whether you like to break, you know, cases or boxes or whatever. Because it can be very specialized. I kind of tend to do the stuff I like as much as I do new stuff. Most new stuff, I'd say 90% of the new stuff for basketball and football and baseball I do. And then I do some older stuff that I like, basically. We have another redemption. This one for Joe. Is it Jimenez or Jimenez? Sometimes they say it Jimenez and sometimes they say it Jimenez. Well, anyway, it's for him. And it's 8 redemptions. We have a couple of redemptions now at this point that we have pulled so far. And then here is Mitch Haniger for the Mariners. Oh, thank you, Eric, for jumping in there and helping him out some with some baseball folks as well. I have mine bookmarked, and some of them I could tell you exactly what their eBay username is, and some of them I probably don't remember their entire eBay username. But it definitely depends a lot on what you're looking for. I tend to like to buy into a lot of football, and I buy into a fair amount of basketball. I don't buy into as much baseball because the Reds are my team, and well, you guys know what the Reds are like right now. So I do still get into, you know, some baseball here and there, but not as much baseball as I do football and basketball right now. When you say base football, you mean football that has like a lot of cards in it? Is that what you mean? Like I can't even think what, like Donruss football and stuff like that? It's like I'm doing gold standard right now. I'm thinking of the 2017. I've already done most of the 2017 stuff. I still have some gold standard left. I'm going to do some more certified. It has probably a similar number of cards to Chrome. And of course, I'll do some unparalleled, which again has some base in it. I don't really know who does, like, Donruss football is one I didn't do. I did classics and prestige and pretty much all the others. Pantheon. Of course, Pantheon didn't have much base in it. I'm trying to think what else. There was another one that we did that had a lot of base besides prestige and classics. And what else did we do for 2017? It seems like it was forever ago, but really it wasn't. It all just came out a couple months ago. But the person I bid with the most on football when I'm bidding myself, they don't break stuff with a lot of base cards in it. But you might want to get in on, I'll try to get the certified listed again. We've broken certified once or twice. I'll try to get a new group of certified listed sometime in the next day or two. Origins comes out before too long, but Origins is, of course, not a lot of base. Well, Panini will have Prism football, which is, Prism is kind of like their Chrome, sort of, more or less. But, you know, football is just kind of a whole different animal in general. There's a lot more relics in football than what we have in you know, something like this. So probably the closest you would get to Chrome baseball in football is probably Prism, I guess. You know, Contenders has tons of base, but Contenders won't be out until like December, November, December kind of range. Trying to think what football's coming up. Origins, I think, is next. Of course, we'll have Spectra football, but it doesn't, it's high-end as well, doesn't have a lot of base in it. And here is a little hit for the Mets, Josh Smoker. But you know, they also come out with new products, like it seems like every other day. Jay Bruce. So you never know. They, you know, they can come out with something new and announce it 2 weeks before it hits the street. So you never know with Panini. I mean, they just announced Spectra. I mean, they have Spectra every year, but they just announced it 2 days ago, and it comes out on the 13th of next month. That is 23 of 25 on the Matt Kemp. So they don't always give you a lot of notice. There's a nice little Dansby rookie refractor. Keep having to tap my various screens there to keep it all alive and alive and well. Bruce Maxwell for the A's, that is numbered to 250. Little Corey Kluber. Oh, you want to see the DeLeon again? Where did I just do with it? It was one of the throwbacks, wasn't it? Oh, that was DeGrom. That's who I thought. Where did we have DeLeon? Was he on one of the throwback designs? Oh, well. I don't know where he went. That's Francisco. Well, what did I do with him? Was he a refractor? Maybe he was. Instead of just a straight up base. Oh, I see you said it's okay. All right, well then I won't keep looking for him. If you saw him go through the first time, then I won't keep looking for him. I don't know why it bugs me to have 2 stacks of boxes over there, but it does. Glad I have them consolidated into one now. No rational reason for that to bug me, but yet it does. So MK, do you prefer the sets with lots of base cards because you set build? Do you go for a full set of certain ones? Ah, your daughter just started collecting, so yeah, it is. Yeah, you definitely. If you're, I think you told me that the other night. I have forgotten that you told me that you had that your daughter had just started collecting. She's like 9, right? And you guys had the Brewers the other night, if I'm remembering correctly. Okay, cool. Yeah, I sent out, it was the Brewers though, right? That you had in the last Chrome break? Okay, good. Because I'm like, I put a bunch of Judge wrappers in with the Brewers that mailed out today, and I thought, oh no, if it wasn't the Brewers, I just sent the wrong person a bunch of those wrappers. So good. All right, I didn't mess that up. Yay. Well, you might take a look at certified. I mean, there's not a ton of, I mean, there's some base in it for sure, but it does have a lot of nice both autograph and memorabilia hits in it. And it's not usually a super expensive buy-in for certified. It's pretty reasonable compared to what some of the football products are that have that many hits. So I don't know, you might take a look at certified and see. And of course, Origins is always a fun one, but it doesn't have a lot of cards in it. Nice little Benintendi on the throwback design. Roro. Brett Phillips for the Brewers. It's our signature hit on that one. Followed by Matt Olson for the A's. I forgot to show you the back of Brett Phillips too, didn't I? Because he is numbered to 499. Matt Olson was not numbered. Giancarlo will be numbered, and he is to 75. 39 of 75 on Giancarlo. There's Mr. Aaron Judge making an appearance. And Owings is to 299. Hunter Pence will be numbered. He is to 50. That is 14 of 50. I hear my neighbor coming home. I have a new neighbor, relatively new, bought the house a couple doors down a few months ago. And he has a really, really loud motorcycle, which he loves to let idle as soon as he starts it and when he gets home on it. So I always know when my neighbor, if anywhere in my house, I can hear when my neighbor comes and goes. So never any danger of not knowing if he is home. Oh, James, you have the Brewers tonight. Cool. I have some stuff going out to you tomorrow, James. I had it half done tonight, and I kind of ran low on time, so the post office is getting ready to close on me, so I will get some more stuff added to it, and I'll ship it all priority mail. So you'll get some stuff for a handful of your breaks will go out tomorrow by way of priority mail. So even though some of it is going out a day later than I intended, I think you'll still get it about the same time, or maybe even a little bit sooner, because priority, of course, always delivers faster than standard mail. Oh, there's a little mosquito in here. Flying all around me. So if something suddenly goes, you know, you see a bunch of stuff go flying, you know I've smacked at the mosquito and missed. My little cat is now standing in the pile of wrappers, trying to decide if he's going to jump in them and make a bunch of noise or not. Right now he's being very well behaved and just standing in the middle of them. So this is the halfway point, I guess, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we have 6 over here that we haven't touched yet. So this box marks the halfway point. Jackie Bradley Jr. to $2.99. Little Orlando Arcia, nice one. Corey Seager on the throwback design. And there's Hernandez coming out for the Astros. Todd Frazier is a White Sox no more. He got traded a bit back, a few weeks back. Oh, this is a nice one. That is numbered to 99, and it is, of course, sophomore stat lines, Blake Snell for the Rays. Always nice when you get one of the inserts signed, especially an insert that we don't come across very often, like sophomore stat lines. So nice little hit there to 99 for the Rays. So how about that? I told you you might be in for a good night tonight with your Rays and your Rangers. I'm looking very prophetic right now, aren't I? Yeah, like I looked into a crystal ball for you, man. That is a nice hit, though, with the Blake Snell. It's a real nice hit. Brandon Belt. I wish he'd come back, man. I play him a lot in that little bunt contest that they have every day. I love to play Brandon Belt, and of course he's still out with a concussion because he got wonked in the head again with a ball for what seems like the 100th time in his career. Oh, the Reds won 2-0. Awesome. Thank you, Eric. You know, I was just thinking that, but I thought, oh, I'm not going to ask. I make somebody look for me every single time. I wasn't going to ask, but yay, you read my mind, man. Thank you. 2-1. That's okay. As long as they won, it doesn't matter. 2-1, 2-0, anything. I don't care what it is. I just want a W in the column. So that's good. I was really sad that Joey's hitting streak ended the other night, man. That was a drag. Because he was, what, like 16 games or something. I mean, he was on a pretty good little run till that happened. Where did our runs come from, Eric? Did anybody homer? Oh, I didn't realize that. Joey Votto is 1 game away from tying the all-time record for getting on base twice a game. Oh, that's awesome. I didn't even realize that was... I didn't even realize he was in the hunt for that one. Oh, Billy and Scooter had sacrifice flies. Okay, cool. Cool. I love Billy Hamilton. I like our little new guy, too. I like Jesse Winker. Actually, I like most of our players. Which is, I guess, is usually the case if you're a fan of a team. I guess you do generally like most of the players on your team, although every once in a while they'll have somebody I'm kind of like, not too sure about, but I love Billy Hamilton, though. All right, let's look for the magic. I don't know why they always put the X fractors upside down. There's Jesse, speak of. And there went Joey. Oh, you got the whole Reds team to sign a Reds bowling pin? Oh, that's sweet, man. That's nice. I'm jealous. Jason Hirsch for the Braves on that signature. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Of course, I'm excited. I'm excited that we're back to winning a few games. I mean, we had that kind of really rough patch there after the All-Star break. So thank God we're starting to come out of that. That's to 150 on the Mookie Betts. There's another Jose De Leon, freshman flash. Oh, you have some DiMaggio, are they signed? You have some signed Joe DiMaggio baseballs? Oh, that's sweet. Dansby on the throwback. I would be afraid to have those because, you know, knowing my luck, something stupid would happen and they'd somehow get ruined. A little hit for the Padres. Wow, you got both of them for $125 at an estate sale? That's awesome. I used to go to a lot of estate sales and stuff. I don't have time anymore, but I used to travel quite a bit for that purpose. And you can absolutely find some great deals on all kinds of stuff at estate sales. And it's almost always way less than what you would pay for it anywhere else. Not always. I mean, sometimes, you know, as the old saying goes, it only takes two bidders. You know, occasionally somebody will get into a little bidding war with you and drive the price up. But a lot of times, at least the stuff I was interested in, I could really get some deals on things. And when I had more time, I did get a lot of good deals on stuff. But I collect a variety of things too, so I wasn't just looking for baseball or football or basketball stuff. A 1956 Yankees team signed ball with COA for $2.95. That's a steal, man. You got some really cool stuff, Eric. That's like, I want to come play at your house. I want to have a play date and see all of your things. Yeah, that's my one thing. I always tell my family, I'm like, okay, now I know, now my whole family does collect, my extended family as well. But yet there's certain things that I know what they're worth that somebody else might look at it and think it's not worth that much. So I'm like constantly telling my family, look, if something happens and I get hit by a bus tomorrow, do not go sell all this stuff for 5 cents in some kind of tag sale. I'm like, this is worth money. I've really got to get all my stuff organized, and I've got a lot of stuff that I need to send off the PSA, DNA, or, I mean, some of it I might send to Beckett, but most of the stuff I'll probably send to PSA, DNA, and I need to have a bunch of things done. Oh man, your son has got over 200 autographed baseballs, posters, bowling pins, and game-used rosin bags. Dang! Well, Eric, you may be paying for his college education right now, and you don't even know it yet. Because you never know what one of those, you never know what one of those is going to pop up and suddenly be worth a lot of money that's just sitting around right now, especially when we get into prospects and things like that. MK, it depends on, oh, there's a nice little Cody refractor, rookie refractor. It depends on how much you send in and what you send in, because their scale varies. That's to 50 on the Tyler Glass now, based on what you're having graded, because everything's got a different price. You know, if it's an older card, if it's an autographed something. There's another Brewer coming out for you, James, Josh Hader. You know, the stuff that's autographed now, that's certified by the cards, you know, and they say on the back, this autograph certified by Panini or whatever, you know, they don't charge you extra for grading the signature on that because it's already done. But if it's something that's been signed outside of that, then there's a signature cost and the card cost, that Padroa numbered. And older stuff costs more than newer stuff, and baseballs and basketballs and all that depend on how many signatures are on them. And then they also depends on who has signed it, because they will charge you more to authenticate some signatures than other signatures. So basically, it's all over the map, my friend. Depends on what you're sending in. But they do have a little kind of, Beckett has a little club type thing too. PSA calls it, I forget what it's called. It's called something. I don't even remember what the Beckett one's called. But they each have a little, kind of like a little collector club thing. There's an Aurora Refractor rookie. And if you join that, you will get a certain number of like basic gradings included in the price. That's to $99 on the Javier Baez. So if you don't have a lot of stuff and it's all like modern cards, that's probably your best bet, is to join, you know, if you're talking 15 or 20 things that you need to have graded all modern. I would just join that little collector club thing at PSA DNA or at Beckett, either one. And that would probably take care of you the most efficiently in terms of cost and all that. But now if you're talking vintage stuff, like older cards, I would almost always go with PSA over Beckett. Beckett's fine for modern stuff, but I would not use Beckett for older stuff if it were me. A little Hunter Renfroe redemption. So that's our third redemption we pulled out of this case. Man, what's up with that? They're redeeming us to death in this case. Where is Sharonville, Eric, in relation to, like, say, Cincinnati? It's near there, isn't it? Minutes away. Okay. I thought it was kind of somewhere in the general vicinity of Greater Cincinnati, but I'm sure I've driven through there, but it's been a while. I used to drive through sometimes to go to that outlet mall in Columbus, I guess it is. And then I would drive through sometimes. My sister and her husband live in Pittsburgh, or just outside of Pittsburgh. And I don't like going through the hills and the mountains, you know, the way that is supposed to be the faster way. Really seems like to me it takes longer as you're going through all that crap in West Virginia. So I usually just go through Ohio if I drive up there. Although the last time or two I was there, I flew. I was lazy. I think the Nationals in Cleveland next year, right? Of course, that's still a pretty good little drive. But I just didn't want to go to Chicago this year. I don't know why. I just didn't. But I think I probably will go next year. Go to Cleveland, because I can just... The thing about going when I fly, although I could have driven to Chicago, it's maybe 6 hours or so, but then I always worry about how am I going to get everything home that I acquire without getting it ruined or something. You know, whereas Cleveland, you just don't think that much about it. You just jump in the car and go. Although it's kind of a little bit of a It's a little bit of a drive too, but I would never, somehow I would never fly to Cleveland, but like I don't want to drive to Chicago, even though they're not that much difference in drive time and whatever. So I'll probably go to National in Cleveland next year. And somehow it always seems more affordable too. I don't know, just everything about Chicago is expensive, or at least the last time I was there it seemed like it was. A hit for the Mets with the Rivera, numbered to 499 on that refractor. Oh, the Elite Extra Edition. Yeah, I do need to get that broken. I've got some 15 and some 16 Elite Extra Edition. That's the $2.99 on the Josh Bell. It's just odds and ends, though, right? I mean, there's probably, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 of each, something like that. There's another Rivera. That one's not a refractor, not numbered. But I set them out on the table so that I would remember to get them listed. Sometimes I have to remind myself of what all is around here. So sometime within the next week, hopefully, I will get the Elite Extra Edition listed. I'll probably just pair some up. I'll probably do 15 and 16, like one box of 15, one box of 16 together, something like that. And break that a few times. But yeah, we've got some nice stuff that we can still find in there, of course. Some Aaron Judges and other things floating around in those Elite Extra Editions. And somewhere I think I've got some, of course those are the regular hobbies that you see back there, but and I've got some more regular hobbies for 15 and 16. But I've got some longevities around here somewhere too, which, you know, those are the ones that have, what, 2 hits, I think, per box versus the hobby, which is 6 or, well, 8 in that one and maybe 6 in the other year. I've got some longevities I've got to do something with as well. Yeah, I started doing some inventory about 10 days ago, maybe. And just had tons and tons of odds and ends stuff. So a lot of it was listed last week, throughout the week. And then the rest of it, I haven't created the listing for it yet. So I'm going to try to find time to get the listings created tomorrow or the next day. And then after that, of course, they'll start showing up. So everything's always listed to break at least 5 days out, sometimes 7 days, but always at least 5 days. Which is not my preference, but eBay charges us an extra $1 per listing if you run it for less than 5 days, which I think is just idiotic. I mean, what difference does it make to them? They get their gigantic percentage no matter whether I sell it in 3 days or 5 or 7. But yeah, they don't want anything listed for less than 5 days, so they charge you extra if you do. We're in the home stretch, kids. This is box 10 that I'm taking out of the wrapper right now. Well, if I can get it out of the wrapper. I found a little bit of 2012 Gypsy Queen too. I've got to get that listed. I got the 2012, we broke the 2012 Series 1 and 2 and update over the weekend. We did find the nice Bryce Harper rookie out of update, the one that, you know, $50, $60 card, so I was happy to have found that. But yeah, I've got the 12 Gypsy Queen and then all these Elite Extra Editions. And I want to say I even found one other baseball thing, but can't remember what it was right now. AJ Pollock is to $2.99. Oh, there's another Cody Bellinger, Freshman Flash. There's an Aaron Judge, Freshman Flash. A little love for the Orioles, Donnie Hart. Another Benintendi. That is number 2/150 on the Chris Owings. Another Aaron. Whoops, that's a refractor on Piscotti. We'll put him in the other stack. Some love for the Braves with the Newcomb. All right, box number 11 of 12. Got an absolute avalanche of wrappers over here. It's gonna take a while to get that cleaned up later. I guess all things considered, we're not making bad time though. Even though there are a lot of packs in Chrome, you know, there's only a handful of cards in each pack, so that does make it a little faster than when you get into the cases that have, you know, 24 packs and 20 cards a pack. course, we will recap all of our hits once we finish opening everything, and I will checklist verify all of our redemptions. You guys know I checklist verify them even if they come out and say Aaron Judge. I still go to the checklist. That's just how I do it. And that way there's never the possibility of screwing anything up. Hello, Garrett Cole to $2.99 for the Pirates. Benintendi went by. Moncada on the throwback design. Whoops. Jackie Bradley Jr. was misbehaving there. Trying to jump off of our stack. Luke Weaver, freshman flash. A little Buster Posey. I like Buster Posey. Here's a nice little Aaron Judge on the throwback design. It does look like it's got a little bit of a, I'm noticing kind of a ding up there in the upper left. It's kind of it's an indentation of some sort. I don't know how well you can make it out, but there's a little there. I think right there you could see it at that angle. Anyway, it's got a little bit of a ding up here in the upper left, but still glad to see it. That is $2.99 for the Red Sox. Ryan Healy for the A's. I want to say the A's have had a bunch of hits. It feels like they have. Hey, there's one for my Reds with Amir Garrett, and that one's going to be numbered to 75, 20 of 75. Yay. Yay for my Reds. Moncada, freshman flash. All right, we have one box left in this case. I guess I did not already cut the plastic on it. All right, it's now or never. Whatever we haven't found yet, we got to find it here. I think the case of jumbos that we'll be opening from here on out, I think the jumbo cases have a similar number of total cards. I would have to double check that, but I think they're not exact, but they're very close. But it has a lot more autographs per box. So roughly the same number of total cards, but more hits. And then, of course, I'm super excited to get into Immaculate Baseball and Clearly Authentic both later this week. Clearly Authentic will be breaking as full case each time, I anticipate. Because, of course, all those are encased cards. Yeah, the jumbo cases definitely are 8 boxes instead of 12. But they have more cards per pack, because these only have 4 cards per pack. They have more cards per pack, even though it is fewer boxes, and then, of course, more hits. And I think when I looked at it before, I remember thinking that the total number of cards was not terribly far off. Maybe I miscalculated that. But I didn't think they were very far apart. But I think it's 5. I think it's 5 autographs per jumbo versus, of course, 2 in this. But again, somewhere in the listing, in my listing anyway, it will have all of the product info down at the very bottom of the listing. And I usually highlight it, whatever it is, you know, X number of packs per box, X number of cards per pack type info. I generally highlight that down there at the bottom so that it pops out if anybody's looking for that. If it were up to me, we would only open jumbo. But they don't let you buy it that way. They make you buy a certain amount of hobby to get a certain amount of jumbo. There's a little Dansby X-Fractor. Though truly, I don't mind opening the hobby either. I rather enjoy Chrome as a whole. So there's some products that it's just painful for me to open when there's a lot of base. It just, you know, you think, oh, it's never going to end. But I don't really feel that way with Chrome. I like Chrome quite a bit. So there's another Aaron Judge on the throwback design. That one without a little ding in the upper left. So that's good. And there's a little Jose De Leon refractor for you. Another Aurora. Another Gurriel. A little J.D. Martinez to 150. Luke Weaver. There's a Gurriel in the negative insert. All right, rolling up into the last of it here. For the Astros, Joe Musgrove is our last signature. Whoops, no, it isn't our last signature because there's Seth Lugo. Also, did that give us an extra one? Didn't we pull 3 signatures out of that box? Because I guess not. I guess Amir Garrett came out of the other box. It just all runs together at some point in time. All right, let's pull our redemptions out of this stack, and I'm going to checklist verify each of these real quickly, and I think we know pretty well where they're going to go, but we're going to run over here and do it anyway. Excuse me. So for just a second, I cannot see chat while I'm in here looking at this. This is just the rookie autograph subset. Oh, come on, Lewis Brinson. We know who you are. Where are you on my list? Okay, and there he is. I wish they would tell us on here, like they do on Panini, what these are going to be numbered to. I'm assuming, though, it's probably just an open edition if it doesn't say anything about a parallel. And this one will not be an open edition because it's a purple refractor, so that will most likely be numbered. And one left, Hunter Renfroe, which should be a Padre, but I've got to scroll down to him and find him. Where are you, Hunter? Yep, sure enough, a Padre. Now they are all officially checklist verified, and if you guys ever want to look at a checklist, they're all up there on Topps.com, and ditto for Panini. They have all theirs as well. So before we recap, for everybody that's getting ready to buzz out and hit the road, thank you guys. I always appreciate everybody bidding with me, breaking with me, hanging out, chatting, all that stuff. I hope that I will see some or all of you again. I break stuff almost every night and get most of the new products for baseball and basketball and football, so we're always doing something around here. So let's recap our hits out of this case of Chrome. First up, a redemption for Lewis Brinson, Brewers. A redemption for Hunter Renfroe, Padres. A redemption for Joe Jimenez for the Tigers. A little Seth Lugo for the Mets. Joe Musgrove for the Astros. I forgot to show you the back of Seth Lugo, didn't I? Sorry about that. Amir Garrett for my Cincinnati Reds, numbered to 75. Ryan Healy for the A's. Sean Newcomb for the Braves. Donnie Hart, Orioles. TJ Rivera, the second one. TJ Rivera, the first one, on the refractor parallel to 499. Josh Hader for the Brewers. There's Carlos for the Padres. Jason for the Braves. Our nice sophomore stat lines, Blake Snell to 99 for the Rays. That's probably really my favorite hit in here, I think, is the Blake Snell. Hernandez for the Astros. Matt Olson for the A's. Brett Phillips coming out to 499 for the Brewers. Whoops, I don't know why do I have those in there. These are just refractors, and they're sitting in the middle of our autographs because I stuck them in the wrong place, I guess. Bruce Maxwell, another hit for the A's. That one to 250. Josh Smoker for the Mets. Mitch Haniger, Mariners. Christian Arroyo to 499 for the Giants. Eddie Gamboa for the Rays. And Rob Sedgden for the Dodgers. And that is the recap, and that's all for tonight. So I'm going to sign off and get busy putting all this stuff into sleeves and top loaders and all that jazz. And hopefully I will see you guys again soon. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see you the next time. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.